she was bothered about was the one with Lynn's.
Yeah.
And then what happened was she played videos from months ago when you were in the box with Irish Kelly and all that, and it was ages ago, maybe even a year ago. And that's when it was said about the comment that was said, and that's what I think people are getting mixed up with. So what you said wasn't last night, it was the videos that Angie played.
What I said was, on that video from last year when me and Lindsay got at it, she was going at me, what she was going to do, and I said, what I'll do, I said, I'll swing your jaw. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's the video she's talking about. That wasn't last night, though, just for everybody.
But where does that mention anybody?
And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm just saying it wasn't last night.
So that's what was said a year ago. I said, I'll swing your jaw. And then she come out that she's got a disability and whatever. And then, can anybody pull anything up? Per the pictures in your live last night, I don't know. But I'm dumbfounded on here, like, what's gone on last night?
Nothing.
That's why I'm not listening to the comments. Like I'm honestly, because the comments stir it all the time, or it's misunderstood. It's best just to see screen recordings now.
Well, you have to remember as well that a lot of people are new on this app, or they join monthly, daily, weekly, whatever. So a lot of people won't know what was said a year ago or weren't around at that time. So when they're seeing that video, they're obviously just thinking automatically it's recent, right?
Yeah, see, let's be realistic, and that's what Angie thrives on, is the fact that people haven't seen all this shit from years.
Exactly.
Guys, I feel like, I mean, the whole thing with Levi is just circular, but with Lynn's, if we're going to have this thing where, by the way, it's chunky, I rebranded and I forgot to put, now no one knows who I am. Anyway, if you are going to do yesterday with the valid point of you can't fight, what's the phrase? You can't be discriminatory in an argument back to someone that's been discriminatory, because that's just really basic.
Yeah.
You can't then say, oh, Lynn's, but remember what she's done, she's horrible, because then that's doing what we've said that we don't think.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying anything about what you've said, Pearl, because I haven't heard what you've said, but I'm just saying in general, if Lynn's has said, oh, listen, I find it really muggy. I saw the picture that you put up and it was so muggy, and I don't know who put it up, but it was... I just said I don't know who put it up. It was in a live. I think
it was Torian that put it up. Was it the one?
Yeah, well, I think if our whole thing is Evil Queen goaded Torian into being transphobic, and then Evil Queen was racist, both are wrong. We can't then say, oh yeah, but Lynn's, it wasn't about her lip. She's said loads of times she finds lippy lip offensive, Lynn's, whatever. So just don't say it. The picture was so muggy, and let's be grown-ups. And also, there we go, that's that. Just call her a knob. Just say she's rude, say she's nasty, say she's horrible to people. Don't say...
But that's nothing to do with me. Whatever was put up's nothing to do with me.
No, but
stop being the centre of attention. I'm talking in general about the conversation
you put a picture up. That's nothing to do with me.
No,
I apologise for saying you. The end.
She's meaning the room.
I'm talking to the room. And also, you just joined and it's not about you, but there was a live...
Cassie, go and take your face for a shot.
Like, guys,
you're so basic.
If anybody's got to engage doing anything.
Basic person.
Guys,
Evil Mango, pull the video where I was laughing. Do whatever you want. I will come back into this live and I'll stand on business. I've done fuck all.
No, Cassie,
so
Cassie,
hold
hold on.
Cassie
hasn't.
Hold on a minute. Let me just say one thing.
Everyone stop. Everyone calm.
I'm going to drop down. Listen, just send for me back if ever this proof comes forward, which it's not, but I will come back when I've been proved wrong.
Can I also just mention before I drop Courtney, because I only just came in to clarify about that video was over a year ago, that when people say Chippy said it, Chippy did not say the words window licker. Chippy was referring to the things that you get where you can, suckers that you can stick on a window. That's what he was referring to.
Yes, he did.
Cassie, I don't even know your hair and you're putting them an extra,
right,
so you obviously watches and you obviously know who I are, so fucking fangirl comes to mind. Like I said, go watch
I do think you're extra.
Get a bit of fresh air, Babby, and stop involving yourself. That's got fuck all to do with you.
Guys,
how's about it? So how's about when a video comes where I've done nothing and said nothing? Are you going to apologise?
No, but to be fair, Cassie, right, she was...
I think Pearl needs to go and listen to the live live because she is getting pulled to bits in there. That's why I come up.
Just live a minute. Just need to explain this. Let's just say that last night, right? Anybody saying that I said that is wrong, right? Because what I said was you could stick that to the window when you go shopping.
You did, Chippy. I was in the live when you said it.
So stop twisting bullshit and stop getting upset over cartoon pictures that resemble nobody. You're pathetic.
No, sorry,
it's pathetic
Chippy.
attitude. I won't say, no, I've got company and I can't stay. So, no, that's my opinion, all right? If you're getting upset over a few pictures like that, then people like Angie need cancelling completely with this shit she's come out with. So, don't even go there. You're pathetic. It's absolutely ludicrous.
Cassie, don't you think that everyone's just as bad as each other? They've all called and pulled each other down.
That's the point, Chippy. Don't be. If we want to be on our, if we want to try and express morality to people,
morality over a few cartoon pictures that Torian put up.
Can I finish my sentence, please, Chippy?
Can we just keep
Cassie, you're rude. Cassie, you really are rude.
Can I finish my sentence?
Can I
I'm not here to listen to you. I'm just here to explain. I didn't say Linda Liquor.
Can I from you for 1 fucking second?
Bye.
Please, I beg. Right, this has been a massive miscommunication, right? I do not think at one point Cassie was coming at Pearl. She literally said you as in the room. She was trying to make the point of we cannot sit on an app and call out discrimination and say this person's an asshole by being discriminating. That is what she's saying. She wasn't coming at Pearl for that. That's all she was trying to say.
I did try to correct myself, but it was too loud because what I meant was you, and I saw a live. Can I please finish my sentence?
Sorry, darling.
Sorry?
You're just
rude. Just continue. I'll end up mute. I seriously, if people start talking over each other, I'm gonna mute. Like,
I'll just.
Can we just have one sentence at a time, please? Right, okay. On you go, Cassie, so you can explain what you meant.
Yeah, so when I said you, obviously I just meant in general, but also Pearl was there, and I saw there was a live where she was in it. But when she got annoyed, I said you. I did try to say, not you then, if you're saying it wasn't you, but it just went escalated. But basically, I don't know if I didn't think she. Anyway, so look at this. Leanne, I didn't think she was very rude at all. Beth, sorry, but Cassie is very rude. Well, there we go. It's an opinion. My overarching opinion and on it all was, let's just not. If Lippy Linz doesn't like being called that because she finds it offensive and she's got something wrong with her lip, let's just. There we go. That's how she feels, and let's not be what we don't like and be discriminatory back to someone. That's the end of it.
Wow. Justice for Cassie.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, my name is Big Chunky, and Chunky, you are rude. I do think I can be quite rude, Ciara, but when I can't respect Pearl as a human, so I don't actually feel bad about what I said to her because I just think she's extra and basic. But my name is Big Chunky, and I rebranded, and I'm sorry about that, guys.
Well, I've lost my vape.
And at least it's lost my vape.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if she's saying that her lip is a type of way because of her disability, I think people should just leave it as that.
Yeah, I would agree. You can't.
But I do know when it was first said, it wasn't aimed at her because of any disability.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I 100% agree with what's being said. Like, if she's saying she finds it offensive, it's offensive. Like, so don't say it. But when
you can't tell somebody what they feel is offensive.
No, you can't.
Exactly.
This is why I wanted to clarify how the picture actually works, because I understand, like, people do cartoon character pictures of people, and that's perfectly fine. And if that cartoon character picture of Lynn's was done and it showed a deformity of her lips, then that is mocking her disability. Like, that is. If someone did the cartoon character picture and they just did it with big lips, I don't know if any of you have been to the seaside recently and had someone draw your picture at the seaside. I mean, the lips they did on me were flipping huge. And I know I get lip filler, but that man was taking the pee, right? If it's just a cartoon character and they've just done big lips like people do for cartoon characters and they haven't showed a deformity, then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be real and I'm going to say that is reaching. But I haven't seen the picture, so I don't know how they did the lips on Lynn's, if that makes sense.
I was asleep from 7 o'clock, so I'm innocent.
But ultimately, in that situation, once after you've been told it's offensive, that's when it becomes offensive to do it again. Do you get what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Yeah, if someone says, I don't like that, I find it offensive, okay, cool, I'll call you a bitch instead.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's plenty of other terms we can say for someone we don't like without mentioning their physical appearance in general, because I do think mentioning physical appearance is so rude. And if you want to say that, say it in a message, but also not to Levi or Sophie, but don't say in public things about people that are nasty about their appearance or their protected characteristics, which Courtney has made very good points, and Chelsea and everyone over the last few days. So let's stick to our moral high ground and try to just call people cunts when they're cunts, or bitches when they're bitches.
Totally agree, Kathy. Don't go for the disabilities. Just let me see you.
Michelle, let me just tell you something. I went to sleep on my sofa at 7 o'clock. I woke up at 10 minutes past 4. So yeah, if I was coming in and out, I was asleep on my TikTok. I woke up at one point and I was in Nanny D's live, which I didn't want to be in there, but I was in there with Manda and that. It's just, you're asleep. It puts people live to live.
Sorry, I'm just going to say this for you, Alyssa, as well. I didn't realise you needed to know the ins and the outs of Alicia's life, her every single move.
Do you want pictures of me sleeping, Michelle?
Do you need her calendar? Do you want a photo of her calendar? Like,
Alicia, you need to be live all the time, okay? It's like the Truman Show, but the
I missed everything last night. Like, I woke up to loads of messages. People were asking where I was, if I was okay, and I was literally asleep. Like, my kids went to their dad's. I laid on my sofa, fell asleep.
I think you were snogging boys.
I was. Loads of them.
You didn't even read my messages and not reply to them. They were on delivered. So I
was asleep.
You were snogging boys, and there we go.
I wish I was. I've lost my voice now and I'm fuming.
Hi, Courtney. Thanks for letting me in your box.
No, it's okay, Lady Di. Hi.
Yeah, I don't want everyone to shout at me, but I've come in for Lynn's, to be honest. And I just wanted to talk about this problem with Lynn's lip. I think you may have heard that Lynn's has got a condition called muscular dystrophy.
Yeah.
And there's two types. Boys usually get it worse. And that is the Duchenne, where they probably don't live past the teens, although they are getting better at treatments.
Sorry to interrupt you, Lady Di, but I'll drop Courtney because I think Torian wants to get in, but thank you for letting me in, love.
Okay, no worries. Torian, I will let you up in 1 minute. I just want to hear what Lady Di says, and then I'll let you up because I don't want to change it. Pearl, I know that you're probably wanting to have a conversation.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's all. I will jump down, but it just aggravates me when everybody keeps coming and saying you've done something and said something when you haven't. That's all. And I'm going to jump down. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah, sorry, Lady Di.
Yeah. And girls mostly get a milder form of it, but it is very, very distressing problem to have. It affects all the body, affects all the muscles. It's incredibly painful to walk. And I do know that Lynn's really does struggle to walk, but she goes out to work every day. So the muscular dystrophy on Lynn's has also attacked her lip. And I think that's where the confusion is really with other people. I think they think that she says she's got a condition and it starts and ends with the lip, and it doesn't. It can attack your heart, every muscle you've got in your body. And I just want, if people would, would you please take on board that this is...
She shouldn't be rude to people and run her mouth. People might be sympathetic.
No, I get Torian, I do get that. And
she mocks people, Courtney. Like, I'm sorry.
I know, but Torian, like, bless you, like, honestly, I just want to shake you sometimes. This is what I'm trying to say. This is all I'm keep trying to say is...
Look me, baby.
We need to stop fighting fire with fire. Like, if we are good people deep down, right, I get the frustration when people go shitty low. I get it. But what I'm trying to shake is that we need to understand that we need to stop being them to fight them.
The thing is,
totally agree, Courtney. You can't keep going low to each other. It just gets out of hand.
Right, I'm going to say it. I'm going to get my words out. I think the thing is, when someone goes shitty low, and then like one of us, just for an example, then goes shitty low as well, it doesn't highlight the first persons that said its behaviour first. And it doesn't highlight how bad they are as a people, because then it highlights everything as a whole. If you just allow people to be shitty people and allow them to just keep being discriminative and arseholes. It's just highlighting their behaviour more than anything else, even bigger, because then the only bad behaviour you could talk about is theirs and not everyone else's.
Yes. Who mocked her disability? I don't understand.
Can I just say though, it's not just about Lynn's, it's about the people that also have that condition. So when people are being discriminatory or transphobic or racist, it's not just about that person, it's about the whole community offending, and somebody's watching, they're going to take it, they might think, oh, I'm that way, I shouldn't go out or whatever, or I'm ugly or whatever, do you know what I mean?
So, Torian, the picture that you put up yesterday, now I'm going to admit, I didn't personally see an issue with it. That is, I'm being brutally honest here, because I'm not that person. You know what I mean? But Lynn's, I don't know if Lynn's is upset with it, because from my understanding, it's only Angie that spoke, and obviously it could just be Angie. It's hard, right? Because I'm worried that Angie's spinning something that isn't. Does that? Oh God, I'm trying to get my words out. I'm trying to be the diplomatic person here. Angie could be pushing a narrative for Lynn's without Lynn's consent, but it could have affected people. Does that make sense, Torian?
It's other people. You've just got to be aware of other people who it might affect.
I'll be real. I call her Lippy Lynn's because her mouth is too damn much. And respectfully, if you're sitting on Angie's platform and telling everyone that I was drunk in front of my kids abusing them, I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. Your mouth's lippy. Keep your mouth intact. Don't mention me or my kids, and I won't have to mention about your lippy mouth.
This is a bit Torian again. Wait.
No, but it's not. This is what pisses me off. Like, so they can say things about me, but I can't say nothing. Is that what you lot are telling me?
Because you are the bigger person. This is what we're trying to say. Is
who's offended though? You lot are just milking it. Who's actually offended? Who's offended?
I completely agree. Like, you don't like her, and so like for me, I like. I don't want to say, but yeah, I don't like her. So I would say...
What condition? I don't know what condition does she have?
Victorian, basically, she has now said for like quite a few months, and maybe you don't know, I'm like not clear on your like beef with her, but if she said, I don't like being called this because I've got, is it multiple sclerosis or muscular dystrophy? Okay, yeah. So if she doesn't like that and she's got a disabled face or whatever because of it, just now use another term like gobby. No, actually not gobby. Just basically don't mention her physical mouth.
Well, then she shouldn't mention my kids, you know? This is the thing. Me calling her Lippy Lynn's is not... You sat on a platform with over 3,000 people and suggested that I was drunk in front of my kids and I was doing all sorts. That's fucking wrong. I don't give a fuck.
Of course, and that's
because you're talking about my kids respectfully.
Sorry, and I completely agree with you. What people have said about you is horrible, but I guess my point, and then I'm going to go because I know I'm repeating myself, but my point is, so you are... you can be the better or bigger person by not going for something that someone doesn't like. So, for example, if you kept calling me a fat cunt and then I was like, by the way, I have put on 3 stone since this photo, please don't call me a fat cunt again, you could just call me a cunt instead. So that is all it is. Like, now that we know that she, or people may have only just learned now, she's got a disability, and whether you think it's a reach or not, she finds it offensive.
You know, she called me a peddler.
No, exactly, Torian, and that's that. But can I just do you get what I mean? That just don't go for something that she feels is about her disability.
But everyone knows my kids are my life, so you coming for my kids is going to trigger me. So don't say
this is mutually exclusive for children. I can't. Okay, I've said my point, but I'm just saying
what you're saying, Cassie. I respect what you're saying. You know that.
Yeah, it's mutually exclusive. And however, because I don't have children, if someone came for my cat, I still think I would try to just not go for anything about them, and I would also just never talk to them again because I just. And basically, the thing with Levi, you can't make people think any different to what they think. So I feel like going on at him, there's no point.
Can I
just back to the Lynn's thing, I think it's more detrimental.
Have a lovely day, everyone.
Bye, babe. I think it's more detrimental that you're sitting on a live, in Angie's lab, calling me a peddler, saying that I'm drinking in front of my kids, doing all of that for me to call you Lippy. I'm sorry, me calling her Lippy is nothing to what she said to me.
Wait, Torian, can I explain something to you, right? And I think this will make you understand a bit more. Have you not learned in the nicest way what's happened over the last few days with you and EQ situation, right? Bear with me on this, right? that it's no longer been, look what EQ's done, it's look what EQ and Torian have done. So no one's going to just be calling out the one person, they're going to call out the both of you. Whether you don't care or not, the thing is people are going to highlight and look at you both as being shitty people.
I feel in this situation though, like I know Torian in it, and I know enough to know that she's not maliciously going to go after somebody's disability. Like,
but it's fine. It's always me. You lot always want to press live and have energy for Torian. Oh, Torian done this. Oh, Torian's a bad person. No one's ever come on a platform and said, you know what? Torian has, they've said this to Torian, so it's a reaction. Everyone wants to come at me every fucking day. There's people that are meant to be my fucking friends on this app, want to chat shit on me. Like, bruv, I'm out, man. This is just going to
not everyone,
I've said it multiple times. I've said, look, if I was in T's position and my kids were being spoken about, I don't know.
Can I just say something?
We might get a chance to speak now.
Wait, Miss Baguette speak? Sorry, because Miss Baguette has been in the box. On you go, Baguette.
Yeah, so I'm not really 100% on what's been going on this morning, but where I've been is been going through all of my videos. I'm hoping to go live tonight, and I'm going to show them all because I know for a fact that it was proven that Lindsay's disability was known about 100%, because I've got a video of them being told all about it, and it's timestamped and dated and stuff. So people knew, and that was the reason why. I'm still half asleep. I'm so sorry. I'm probably not getting much chance.
I think what we need to do now is the past, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we can all move forward with, please stop mentioning this muscular dystrophy, because it's an incredibly painful disease to have. And I've not come to argue with anybody. I'm too old. I lost a very good friend to the same disease, so I do know quite a lot about it. But the past is the past, and can we move forward? That's it.
When it's still getting brought up, it's no longer the past is the past, is it? It's the present.
No, I mean, just like, can we just move forward from now?
Absolutely. What I just want to add to that is that also, like going back to this, there's no justification for, being a shitty person back. Ultimately, I've seen a couple of times on this app, people have come for Torian's kids and stuff. So things like that need to be stopped as well.
It's not right. That's not right. And
you've got to have this. You've got to have the same energy, as well for that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because nobody's kids, and nobody should be talked about in that disrespectful way. So
this is the thing, we speak about this a lot, that kids should never be mentioned. Even this whole speaking about people's parenting, guys talking about children, none of that should be getting said.
Can I just say to Lola as well? So obviously, I've just said that there's a video of obviously people being told about it. Lala says not everyone sleeps on TikTok and watches all videos. I'm not talking about you. I'm literally talking about Kelly, who was in the box learning all about muscular dystrophy and the fact that Linz has it. And Irish Kelly then used insults against Lindsay's disability and claimed that she didn't know she had a disability. I don't know why you're trying to involve yourself, Lala, but this is not about you. So please stop atting me.
Right, can I just say something? Because I don't
Can we hear from Belle? Can we hear from Belle, and then I'll hear from you, Joss? It's just because
Can we hear from Stacey as well? Sorry, please.
Yes, I'll go around. So,
Courtney, I'm going to drop though. Thank you for having me. All right.
No worries.
Everybody.
Bye. Right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. On you go, Belle. Sorry.
Sorry, I don't do boxes. I jump in a few. That's it. As a viewer, you've got to remember, every single one of yous in boxes and in other rooms, we are the viewers. And all we hear all the time is bullying children, SH, DV. It is boring. It is not fair. You've all got beef with one another, and you all take something from each person and go at them with it. Torian with EQ. EQ said stuff to Torian. Torian said stuff to EQ. It defeats the object of what's actually being said. The same with this with Linz. I've always called Linz Lippy Linz, right? That's because she's got a big gob to me. I did not know she had a medical illness.
But this is what people are forgetting. The whole Lippy Linz thing originated
I don't like Lindsay's gob. I think Lindsay's gob is absolute atrocious, but that's my view. Like I said, I don't jump in boxes. I am a viewer. I'm a disabled woman myself, and TikTok is my life. It sounds horrible, but I cannot go outside and touch that grass.
Yeah.
So getting up in the morning, I have Alex's FYP, Miss Reds, whoever's on in the afternoon, EQs, Canadian Angie's, Minxes. That's my day. That's my soap. And to have the same conversation repeated on, listening to the same people argue in every single live, it is absolutely and utter boring. It's a disgrace. We are all grown ass fucking people.
Can I just say, and then
wait, Chelsea, sorry, I'm trying to give everyone a chance. Sorry, my lovely.
That's what I was trying to say, Stacey.
No, it's just because Justice was coming first. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it so people in the boxes who came in. I know Stacey's got to say something important, but I can't jump people as well. I'm trying to make it as
It's fine. Stacey can go. It's fine. I don't.
Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. On you go, Stacey.
So I think people forget that this whole Lippy Lynn's thing originated from the fact that her lip does droop down a little bit because of her muscular dystrophy, and everyone has ran with it ever since. Now, I don't believe when people are saying they didn't know about it, because everyone knew about it. It's not fair. And then, obviously, everyone's well aware, I have a child that also has the exact same muscular dystrophy as Lynn's. I'd also just like to correct a few things. Lady Di said there's only 2 types of muscular dystrophy.
No.
There's many different traits of muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, there is.
And many different types of muscular dystrophy.
Yeah,
but it affects your vision, all the muscles in your body. It stops you from doing normal day-to-day things. It's not just a case of, I can't get up and touch grass. Okay, you might not be able to get up and touch grass. My son struggles to smile properly. He can't close his eyes properly. Every day he's in absolute pain. He has to have heart scans. Since he was about 5, he's had to have heart scans.
I want to empty this. You then one shot for 4 of them all. Sorry, Stacey, on you go.
There's more than just pictures of something getting put up. I see this on TikTok and I think to myself, like, am I to expect my son to get all of this when he has an argument with people?
Yeah. No, and that's the thing, Stacey, like, again, this is where now there's 944 people in this room. You all know now that Lippy Lynn's affects not just Lynn's, but other people. So we know now to just not say it. And so if you all know not to say it now, sorry,
it's not a case of, well, if she can't handle it, she shouldn't run her mouth. Don't speak on a disability.
Yeah. But that's where...
It's not a case of, oh, well, if you can't take being called this, don't run your mouth. The reason people call her that is because of her disability. So think of something else to say. Call her a bitch or a twat or whatever, but don't call her Lippy Lynn's.
Like the first time she come on in here and she said, look, I've got a disability, right, and explained, etc. That's when it should have stopped. Like, I personally don't use that terminology when it comes to Lynn's, because I'm aware that she has a disability and I'm not about to be trashed over the internet for doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to drop down. Thank you, ladies, for having me and gents. Okay.
No worries, Lady Di.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. I just think it is all about when we say these things, right? I know that you're trying to affect that person and you say that I'm not affecting another person. Yeah, but they've done this and they've done that. It doesn't fucking matter. If you are a good person, the way I see it as, if you're a good person, you wouldn't want to say it. That's just how I see it. Why go low to be lower? That's how it is. Like, discrimination doesn't beat discrimination.
And we all know that Lynn's has, like, I know people are in comments are saying, but what about when she affected this and what about she? Lynn's has said Lynn's has gone as much as affecting someone by speaking about people's disabilities, speaking about Cara, for instance, and her disabilities, to flipping going around talking about Alex's dick. Like, Lynn's has no care. Like, she doesn't give a fuck. But what we're saying is, don't stoop to that level.
Do you know why? Like, okay, so with what Angie was saying about Carla and stuff, like, I've been in boxes with Carla and spoken to Carla about this when it was happening, right? that conversation has been said and it's been spoken about and stuff. But do you know why I'm not sitting in a room just now going, Angie has said this, Angie has said that? Because to be honest, I'm fucking fed up. The woman's never going to listen to me, right? We now need to do this as a broad conversation. Situations are going to happen. Shitty people are going to do shitty things and we're going to talk about it and highlight it. But at the same breath, we can't keep going about the same people and deflecting it. I'm going to say it. When people are deflecting, yeah, but Lindsay's done that and blah, blah, blah. You know how everyone's going on about how Levi's deflecting? You're just as bad.
I completely agree. That's what I've jumped up to say. I've watched Drama Talk for so long and there's been quite a few people that I've respected, but over the last few weeks I've just lost all respect for them because of the behaviour and this whole fighting fire with fire. It's almost like saying that you can't do that to me because I'm above you, but I'll say whatever I want to you, and taking absolutely no ownership. Like yesterday, the pictures that was put up of Lynn's, it's clear, you know, that she has a disability. Like it's been said so many times over the months that all this stuff's been going on. It doesn't matter whether she's offended or not. I think that's what we're all forgetting. But for me, I think that people are spending far too much time on this app and they're becoming so absorbed in it that they're losing touch with reality and what's actually acceptable and not, because I genuinely don't think that these people would behave like this in real life. I want to say as well, Torian, I'm sorry that you're upset in the box, but I think that you're a very intelligent person. You seem like you're well educated and I've listened to you over a period of time and I used to really respect you, but I don't know what's going on and I don't want to make it personal. Please just take some time out to reflect on things. And I'm not being horrible by saying that. Coming across at the minute is not good. I've seen you in live like bullying people because of the way that they look, and you're losing everything that you've worked for on this app. A lot of people respect you because you've educated them on here, but over the last few weeks, every single time I see you, you're doing something awful, and I don't think you're that person. I think you're educated and I think that you've got a lot to give, but I don't know if something's going on for you personally, but this is not a good look, and you're jumping in boxes being personal about people. You can't get a word in edgeways and it's not a good look at all. So yeah, I hope that you don't take that personal. It's coming from a good place because I don't think you are horrible, but the way that you're coming across at the minute is just not a good look. And if anyone's a friend on here, please stop enabling it and defending her and anyone for that matter. It's the same with Alicia. Sometimes I think it goes too far and you're also another well-educated person. Top girl, she seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders, but the behaviour is just shocking. And I think the people that are closest to them, stop saying it's okay and defending them, because it's really not. There's ways of getting your point across without being vile and stooping low and affecting everybody else around. If somebody's coming for the way that somebody looks, what if I've got a characteristic that's the same of them? I'm going to be sat at home thinking, God, is it that bad? I look like that. Like, it's awful. You're offending people on a mass scale, and I just think that it needs to stop. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you for letting me up.
No worries, Jess.
Courtney.
Hi.
Hi, you. So I just jumped in because I'm trying to go on in between both fences with this, because as a parent, if my kids get brought up into a conversation, I'm stooping to the bottom of the barrel. I don't care who I offend. But on the opposite side of it, we need to stop putting Lindsay on the pedestal as the person of being a victim in this, because she said the most about the most. Overall, you know, because I was in the debate with you the other day about the slurs and things like that. It is that as a whole category in every regard, no matter who it offends, but you can't put someone as a victim that has also anybody else. If it was anybody that was innocent and this similar thing had happened, everybody would have their back 1000%. But you can't put someone as a victim and put them on a pedestal of, oh, let's all feel sorry for her, when she has said and done the most on here as well.
I think take Lynn's out the equation and just think how that comment might upset other people that aren't Lynn's. I think that's what you need to do, because I get what you're saying. Like, I can't stand Lynn. Some of the things she said does my nut in. Like, she goes below the belt as well. But I think if you have that mentality, please, just before you say anything, take Lynn's out the equation and think about who else might be listening.
I know, but I was in the debate the other day and I said exactly the same thing. I say to her as an individual, they're not trying to slate somebody or a whole disability. It's not. What happened is one's gone low and the other's gone lower, and that's how it works.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, Chloe, this isn't two next door neighbours having an argument. This is the internet where everyone's seeing it. And
that's how it is in all of these circumstances, isn't it? It's
correct.
That's still selective, though, isn't it? Because, you know, if you can try and validate someone doing that kind of thing as a retaliation, then you're just validating it to be used in any circumstance. Like, why? Like, if someone has come for, you know, your kids or you or someone you love, you can come for them for other reasons than the disability. And
yeah, it's like when Torian said that she was called a pedlo, what exactly do you expect her response to that to be? Because I'd hit the roof.
I mean, with all due respect, I've been called a pedalo in that. Well, I've not been called a pedalo, but I've been said as being PLM in that room. Like, and you just don't react that way. You just prove that, well, say prove you're not, but people are going to know you're not.
Well, you can't when you've
really,
got at home.
Chloe, if it really affects you that bad, go to the police, because that's slander.
And that could be the other way around. The same thing could be said for Lynn's now in this circumstance. Go to the police and if you're that offended.
But Chloe, can I just say one thing? If Torian doesn't react, because T knows, like, T and Paige, they educated me on an awful lot when I needed educating, right? So I do have a slight respect for them because of that, right? But Chloe, what I'm going to say is, if Torian hadn't reacted back, the conversation would be on what was said to Torian.
Yeah.
Okay. So the problem is with the reaction.
No one seems to raise it when it's something like that.
But that's the problem. When if me and you are having an argument right now, right? You go for something that's a characteristic against me, and I go for something that's a characteristic against you, right? It's going to be two-sided. You know what I mean? Some people are going to defend me, and some people are going to defend you. Whereas if one person just says it and the other person doesn't react back using a characteristic or being discriminative, then it's going to be solely focused on what that person said in the first place, which is what it needs to be.
But I feel like everyone's looking at that back and forth as, oh, well, what Lynn said weren't as bad. Well, it is, because that shit sticks for the rest of your life. It's all bad.
Oh my God! Right? Can I just get this through? Because I don't think what we're trying to say is getting through. No one's denying that shitty people say, right? And I'm going to say it as here, that cult members are shitty people. They say shitty things, right? No one's denying that. But what we're trying to say is, you know what ends up happening? And I've seen it in Luke's live, for instance, when all of that was being played, is everyone attacked Torian, right? So then what EQ using the N-word was suddenly ignored, and it's now to look what Torian's done. And that's not what we want to happen. We want it to highlight the fact that what a person has done to affect that person in the first place. No one agrees. Well, I say no one. I would hope no one in this room agrees with anything that Lynn's, Angie, or any of them say about other people. But when you go back at them, you're no longer a victim.
Kind of like saying, turn the situation around and say a black person went for Lindsay's disability, right? Does that, because what you're saying, so if a black person went for Lindsay's disability, you're effectively saying it's all right for the person with the disability can be racist. Like that is a turnaround on what you've just said. So is that okay? Because that's just it's the same situation, but with different goalposts. And I don't think that that's okay. So I'm not sure how it can be okay in the other circumstance.
Guys, we will let Lala speak.
It was okay, but I don't understand how people are making her a victim. You can't be in a conversation and an argument and go low on someone and not expect them to go low back and sit and have manners about that.
So that means then that my scenario that I've just said, in your view, that's okay as well. It's just going low, isn't it? It's going low against someone who's gone low against you.
But my argument is you can't just say that Lindsay's the victim in it, because she weren't the only victim. To say someone's a pedophile.
No one here is saying Lindsay's a victim. Like, let me be real with you now. I've just sat on this platform and said, like, she's spoken about people with disabilities at the highest as well. Like,
so can I just clarify? If you've done something bad in life, does that mean you can never be a victim in any way? I think this is a bit weird. You can be a victim of something even if you've done something absolutely horrendous. You can still be a victim. of something.
More than one person can be a victim.
I'm not talking about whole life, because if we went on to the stuff that the pair of them have said consistently on the app, we'd be here all day. I'm talking in that individual argument. What has happened is one's gone low and the other one's gone low. So you can't automatically say one of them now should be apologising, one of them should sit doing. You can't.
You can if you're saying you're a good person.
The pair of them would just be bad in that argument.
Chloe, you can. I'm sorry. Do you know why everyone's going at Torian? Because she sits on this as a black person, rightly so, fighting against discrimination against her community. And again, rightly so. But people are going to attack you when you come for other communities. You could sit here and say, but that's not going for another community, but it is. Because the moment that someone says something racist to one person, it's still attacking a whole community because your hate is towards someone's skin colour.
I don't understand why it's turned to a skin colour.
Oh my God, because discrimination is discrimination. It's nothing. Why are no one getting it? Because sometimes you have to use the example of it doesn't matter what your skin colour is, your gender, your race, fucking disabilities, whatever. We're trying to point out that you should stop attacking people for that.
Can I just point out the obvious as well? Like in that scenario, right? And like I said, it's on TikTok again. There are people that are black that also have muscular dystrophy. So in that state as well, you're also affecting people within your own community when you clap back, discriminating someone of a disability.
Like regardless of the reasons why you're saying it, whether you're saying it off the cuff and you're just randomly saying it, or whether you're saying it as a retaliation, the fact of the matter is you're still making a judgment against someone's protected characteristic. And you can't explain that away with retaliation. Can you not like come back at someone with something that isn't something they can help? Come back at them against their morals, come back at them against their behaviours. Don't come back at them for a disability that they can't help.
I get that 1,000%, but I feel like you've got certain people on this app that say if you said to someone, oh, you're full of shit, all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, I've got IBS. Now you've offended me. You literally couldn't say anything to anybody without it somehow being turned.
I generally don't always say to that. I mean, as someone with IBS, I don't think there's anything that can really offend people with having IBS.
That's just one thing that I'm saying, but you could say anything on it. It's like, I'm sure someone said in the comments before that Torian had said when the word lippy was used, that was because that's what people used to say for people that was gobby, that was mouthy.
They weren't referring it to her in that sense. I have got all of the videos. They were referring it in the sense that she had a droopy lip. Like I've got all the videos of them literally saying it, speaking about her having a droopy lip and then calling her Lippy Linz as a result of that. It wasn't anything. I understand Linz is a very, very gobby woman. She shouts and screams and speaks a lot of shit. But this was not in reference to anything that she said. This was specifically in reference to the disability that affects her lip.
Hi, can I jump in? Is it okay if I jump in?
Oh, can we hear from Lala? Hi, Lala.
Thank you. Hi. Just to correct a few people in the comments, I am in no way part of the cult. Absolutely not. I was excommunicated long ago. But I just wanted to say there's an imposter in the comments called Lala. It's not me, Miss Baguette. It's a different Lala. I'm not beefing with anyone. I've no hate for anyone. I don't want to beef with anyone. But I will have my say on the Lippy Linz thing. I grew up in rural Ireland, and anyone who would give back cheek or whatever would be told watch your lip. So I didn't actually understand that Linz had a disability that caused an issue with her lip. So when I heard Lippy Linz, I never took offence to it, if that makes sense. But now that I know that she does actually have an issue with her lip, it isn't right. It's not right.
Yeah, and again, it's
and that's what a lot of people don't know. But like the people who initially made that comment against Linz, they did know, and that's what they were referring to in it. They weren't like being lippy. Like if you call someone lippy, yeah, that's a reference to them being a bit gobby, being a bit brash. But if they were speaking of Linz in that way, then that's a different scenario. But in this scenario, they were specifically talking about the impairment with their lip.
And that's the thing. I understand that now, but initially, if somebody said, oh, that Miss Baguette is very lippy, or lippy baguette or whatever, I would never put it in line with a disability. Does that make sense? To me, that's not what it means. But now that I know that they were going for a disability, obviously that's not okay. But I think it's a lot got to do with terminology, education. We all need to kind of be very careful with what we say to people. A harmless, you're a very lippy person might mean nothing to me, but to Linz as such, who has a disability that affects her lip, that can be very hurtful. That's really all I come up to say. But thank you so much. And like I said, there is an imposter. I'm Lala with the yellow heart. There's a Lala with kissy face or something. It's not me. But thank you so much.
No, it is.
Courtney, can I just say,
yeah.
why does your life always end up changing into a completely different topic than what we first spoke about?
I don't know.
I didn't even know you were live. I've literally been going through all my videos because when you asked me this morning, have I got that video? I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna go through them and like separate the ones that I think are relevant. And I've just been coming across stuff, and then obviously I heard this was going on, and I was like, oh, well, I've just actually come across them.
I don't know if she's still here because EQ did join the live, but I think she's gone now. But I wanted to ask her because obviously EQ was in Angie's box today and said that Angie's not said anything that is transphobic. But when Angie and Leona were going back and forth, Angie said that EQ is a P for standing by Leona, and then mentioned the fact she's trans and brought that two together. In my eyes, that's transphobic. I'm going to get the video, I'm going to post it so you guys can see, because this